Good morning. Good morning. This is Point of View with Shirley Polk right here on Ustream.com, Ustream.tv. It's a wonderful, wonderful day, and I am so thankful to God for everything that He's done, everything that He's doing, and everything that He's going to do. God is so good to each and every one of us because He is our help and strength. He's everything that we need. You can reach me at 214 403-7563. And today our topic is we're talking about when a loved one transitions. And I don't use, personally, I try my best not to use the word loss or I lost someone when it comes to death. I don't use that terminology because I feel like that we know where they are and we know and hope that we will see them again if that's the way God has it set up. All right? When we transition. So I'm going to play this song that I like. I like this song and uh, I just downloaded it the other day, talking about losing the love of your life. This is what the author terms it as a loss. Okay. For so many reasons, which I love you for all seasons. First of all, I love you with the freshness of a spring day. Then I love you with hot passions like the summer sun when June begins to stray. I don't know how to explain my love seasonal change. It seems never the same. All I know is I love you for so many reasons, which means I love you for all seasons. I love you with the gentleness of a falling leaf on an autumn day. But most of all, I love you with the briskness of a winter when the snows come out to stay. I don't know how to explain as my love seasonal change. It seems never the same. All I know is I love you for so many reasons, which means I love you for all seasons. All this means I love you for so many reasons, which means I love you. I love you for all seasons, for so many reasons. And it is possible. And I've pondered over that. And I know for myself that it is possible to love someone else. And it's not that you lose the love for the one that you were with, but if that person has transitioned, sometimes it takes us longer. Some people, it takes a shorter time. And I know that it took me years before I even had a desire to have another relationship or have someone else in my life. As a matter of fact, it took me 7 years before I even thought about having another person in my life. And I thank God for the experiences that He's given me and for bringing other people into my life because He is the God of my salvation. He knows what I need when I need it, however I need it. And He gives us that strength. And I must say this because this is the life that I live. The Holy Ghost gives us the strength that we need in order to be sustained and to live a holy life, even though we are talking with someone else or whatever. But God helps us to keep our integrity. And I'm so thankful to Him for that because He is the God of my salvation. And I appreciate Him for everything that He's done, everything that He's doing. He is amazing. He's amazing. Now, this is point of view, but hey, I am Shirley Polk. Okay? So, my life in whatever area, whichever broadcast, it's the same. I love the Lord with all my heart, and I know that He loves me, and He wants the best for me, just like He wants the best for you. And we should take that at heart. We should take that and accept it because He does love us, and He wants the best for us. So I'm going into our my topic for today, and it is, let me get to it here, get to my topic here. And I like this because it has answered some, let me see, what questions I had that in my mind, 6 brutal truths about moving on after the death of your true love. And you can find this in yourtango.com. And there's also another subject that I have, and I might do this in 2 webcasts, Love After Death, the Widow's Romantic Predicaments. Love After Death, the Widow's Romantic Predicaments. And this is from Psychology Today. From Psychology Today. So, the predicaments, you know what? I think, no, I'm going to go ahead and do it as I had planned while I was studying this. All right, now my spotlight went off, so let me check and see how I'm looking. I'm a little dark here, but I'm going to go ahead. I'm not going to deal with that light. It went off, and so it'll just have to stay off, okay? So, now, and forgive me for the darkness of the video, but it is what it is, and I'm going on, okay? So you can reach me at 214-403-7563. Now, I'm going to do like my friend told me, go ahead and get to the point and don't do a lot of preliminaries, all right? So, the point of view 1 at yahoo.com, and that's the number 1, the point of view 1 at yahoo.com. Now, we're getting into this first topic here, and this is by Bob Alaburda. Bob Alaburda. It's Alaburda, and this is yourtango.com. Okay? Yourtango.com. Now, we're getting into it. It's talking about, let me do this. It just ran itself down here. Your heart will go on. This is after you experience a transition, and I use the word transition. Okay, transition or transitioning. It means that we've passed from this life to another life. We go from mortality to immortality. All right? So, your heart will go on. Now, nothing is quite as heartbreaking as having the love of your life slip through your grasp like so many grains of sand. There's nothing like it. And I know many of you have experienced what I'm talking about. And I had some questions in my mind about it and wondering about it. And you know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says that you can't serve 2 masters. You have to either hate one and love the other, okay? So, but we're not talking about masters here. We're talking about love, all right? So, What I'm saying is that God has, and we'll get into it. That's why I'm so excited about this piece, because we'll get into what the answers to what I've been wondering about. Okay, so your heart will go on. So we have a mountain of literature spanning nearly our entire species that can attest to that. To it's how heartbreaking it is when they seems like they've just slipped through your grasp. There's nothing we can do about it. When death comes, there's nothing that we can do about it, okay? We have to accept it and depend on God for the strength to be able to make it through. All right? So it's hard enough when they walk away, talking about physically walk away, not die, not transition, but physically walk away. It's hard enough, and I'm pretty sure many of us have experienced that too. So, but it's hopelessly crushing when they pass away, transition into eternity as I describe it, okay? So we can take Romeo and Juliet, for example. They're likely history's most recognizable love story, and we know about Romeo and Juliet, what happened with them, okay? So, why is it so heartbreaking? Why is it so heartbreaking? It's not because of the unrequited love, but love that couldn't be. All right? The love that couldn't be. Love that fades or goes unreturned is common to the human condition. We accept it as a part of the terms and conditions of life. I don't know what's happening with that light, but it's going on and off, but that's just fine and dandy. So it's because Romeo and Juliet's love desired only to grow, yet outside forces conspired against it. And that's tragically acceptable to us. We have no control over it. When God gets ready to call us into eternity, we're going. We're going if that is His will. So, arguably, the most difficult goal to accomplish in life is to find true love. So, most of us will fail, and we have failed from time to time, okay? So, to see such a rare and beautiful occurrence be squelched by the hands of fate is soul crushing. And then the author here says it's unfair. It's unfair. And we go back to the Garden of Eden, and when Eve did what she did, and then Adam did what he did. When he took a bite of the forbidden fruit, then that brought all of this on us, okay? So, and that's certainly how you're feeling if you had your true love plucked from your life prematurely. But here's how you can heal. So here are the 6 ways that you can heal. The first one is you can take a good long break from love. And like I told you, it took me 7 years before I even thought about someone else coming into my life romantically. Okay, so if you lost, and that's the author's terminology. Okay, the love of your life, you're going to need one thing more than anything else, and that thing is time. So you've just suffered 2 of the most emotionally challenging ordeals a person can experience all at once. Okay, and this is the author's terminology: losing a loved one and losing love itself. Got it? So, and I would say, since I have a little bit more clarity of life, I don't describe death as a loss. Okay? I don't describe it as a loss. All right? So, this is one of those moments where you're going to come out the other side a different person. You're going to come out the other side a different person. Give yourself some time, okay? So you shouldn't be tinkering with your life until you see who that person is. You need to know who you are before you get back into it, okay? Now, that was number 1. Take a good long break from love. Now, number 2, seek the support of your partner's friends and family. Seek the support of your partner's friends and family. Now, Your best friends and family will surely be there for you to lean on, but they can only give you sympathy when what you really need is empathy. All right? So, this is where to seek the support of your partner's friends and family comes from. Your partner's friends and family are likely the only ones that are as big a part of his life as you are, or her life, all right, as you are, and as such, can provide the most support. And the truth is, they probably need you too. The truth is, they probably need you too. And this is not scrolling like I wanted to, but I'm going to deal with it, all right? Number three, remember that they want you to move on. Remember that they want you to move on. True love isn't about ownership or possession. You get that? True love is not about ownership or possession. We use phrases like, we belong to each other, but pure, honest love is a desire for another person's happiness, no matter the cost. True love, pure love, honest love is a desire for another person's happiness, no matter the cost. Number four, it's okay to carry them in your heart forever. And see, people have to realize this. Because you carry them in your heart forever doesn't mean that the love you have for the individual that you may be with now is lacking. It's not like that if you're a wise person, okay? If your understanding is pure and clear. All right? So, true love isn't about ownership or possession. And I repeat, that's number three. Remember that they want you to move on. Your loved one will want you to move on. So, number four, it's okay to carry them in your heart forever. And I believe that. And there is no intimidation. No one should be intimidated by a love that has transitioned from your life, transitioned into eternity, a love that you have. No one should be intimidated by that. If you, the one who the loved one was with, if that was your loved one, then you should not cause intimidation to be in the person by doing certain things. Okay, so let me go on because it is in here what I want to say. Remember that they want you to move on. True love isn't about ownership or possession. It's okay to carry them in your heart forever. Moving on doesn't mean letting go. And see, people have to understand this. When you love a person, when you love a person and they have transitioned into eternity, people need to understand when they pursue a relationship with you or you pursue a relationship with someone who is a widow or a widower, we must go into that relationship or they must come into our relationship understanding and realizing that we don't give the person up in our heart. We don't linger. Now, some people might and long for them. But listen to this. Moving on doesn't mean letting go. We don't have to let that person go. That person will always be a part of our lives. We carry the memories of our most cherished loved ones with us always, and a romantic partner is no different. Just like I love my mommy, I love my daddy, I love my brother Danny, I love my brother Lewis, I love my grandparents. See, one thing about this heart, and I am so anxious to get to that part when it talks about the heart. Okay, I'm so anxious. Okay, let me go. The difference is we don't get a new grandma when ours passes away. Okay, that's the difference. So you might feel like you're replacing your new partner or even like you're cheating on them. Your new partner may feel like he or she is competing with the memory of your old lover. And it's not that way, not with me. Okay, it's not that way with me. It's not that way with me. And so when a person isn't intimidated like that, it's a Sad thing. And then the thing you need to do is, if the person will talk about it, then there is some hope if you just talk about it. Okay, tell me you're intimidated, or let me see, there was one word that was used. I'm envious. I believe that was a word that was used of the love that you and the guy had. Okay, he has transitioned. All right. So don't, with me, feel intimidated because of that. Because that love for him, them, will remain in my heart, but there is a place in my heart for the love for you. Am I explaining it good enough? Okay, so the hard part is moving your former partner from the romantic part of your mind to the more platonic part, the platonic love part, where friends and family reside. So it takes time. That's why it's telling us to take some time, okay? So, in other words, transitioning from being in love with them to simply loving them. And it is possible. It is possible. It is possible. I know for a fact. I know for a fact. So, when you've accomplished that, only then will you have room in your heart to be in love with someone else. And all of that is okay. And now I understand why it took me 7 years to even think about wanting another man in my life. 7 years. And then God made it possible. He made it possible. And I have been happy. And I thank God for that, even though I'm dealing with this right now. And then someone who wants to be a part of my life, I don't know if anybody else comes along, then they have to understand, yes, there was love in my life, and I will love him always and forever. And I'll say them always and forever, but that love that I have in my heart for them has nothing to do with the love I have in my heart for you. So I hope I made that plain, okay? So don't compare every new partner to your lost love. Now, see, this is talking to us, talking about using wisdom, all right? Use wisdom. Don't compare every new partner to your lost love. So it's okay to desire the same or similar traits in a new partner. And I was told once that I can't compare to Elder Davis. And I said, I can't be like him. I said, I don't want another Elder Davis. I don't want another Elder Davis. I had Elder Davis. And Elder Davis is gone now. And even though Elder Davis is still in my heart and I love Elder Davis, then there is room in my heart, because that love that I have for him has nothing to do with the love I will have for another person. Okay? So don't compare every new partner to your lost love. For example, if you loved that he was witty and a great cook, you're doing no harm in looking for those characteristics in another person. Now give yourself some slack, okay? Now what you can't do is constantly compare the new guy's reactions or words to the memory of your former partner. Right? F. Scott Fitzgerald famously wrote, there are all kinds of love in this world, but never the same love twice. Do you like that? I like that. There are all kinds of love in this world, but never the same love twice. Never the same love twice. And I need to see if I shared this. Let me see if I shared this. If there was anything to share. Okay, let me go ahead and share that I am on the webcast. All right. Now, all right, we'll get back to it. Okay. I don't know whether I was able to share that or not, but I'm on the air. I'm on here. So, thinking he would have laughed at this joke, or he definitely would have bought me flowers is unrealistic at best and destructive at worst. So don't compare. Don't do that. Don't do that. Unfavorably compare. Okay. Now it can make it or break it. It'll break it. I'm pretty sure. So you're turning differences into negatives when they aren't necessarily so. So the things we often love most about our partners are those idiosyncrasies that make them truly unique, and you'd be robbing yourself of that joy. So plus, you may make him feel like he's competing, him or her feel like he's competing with the memory of your former partner. It's an unwinnable battle for both of you, for both of you. So don't compare. Don't compare. Now, don't be afraid to love again. This is number 6. Don't be afraid to love again. Don't be afraid to love again. It's hard to open yourself up after being hurt, and there's arguably no greater pain in the course of love than the passing of your partner. Take it from me, okay? So to say it will take courage is an understatement. It requires great strength and love, even in the best of circumstances. But the reward is to earn the one thing your former partner wanted for you all along, to be happy. So helping them achieve their main goal they had while they were alive seems like a pretty decent way to honor their memory. How about that? A pretty decent way to honor their memory. So this was 6, and I'm going to go back to the top and tell you the subject again. 6 brutal truths about moving on after the death of your true love. And this is by Bob Alaberta, and it's yourtango.com. Enjoy the remainder of your day. I will come again and do another webcast today, but I'm going to wrap this one up, and then I'm going to go into the next webcast.